Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just wanted to get some thoughts up on the newest episode of Better Call Saul. That's Point and Shoot, which is episode 8 of season 6. Wow, what an episode. Real quick, let me apologize. This is my first time doing anything like this, so I don't have like a little intro clip or an outro or whatever. If I get a couple likes on this, maybe that'll change. What an episode of Better Call Saul. Where to begin? The car in the opening shot. Well, the opening shot, it was a beach, and I couldn't tell what it was at first. I was like, is that like a wall with some bullets? But eventually, the wave comes in, and you figure out what's going on. You see shoes, and I kind of had a suspicion that this was gonna be like Howard's stuff, or the way they were gonna dispose of Howard's body, or not his body, but how they're gonna set up like, the suicide, whatever. I didn't know that it was gonna be a suicide, but yeah. So they just covered that shit up. I had like an inkling that maybe there was gonna be some trouble with like Howard's wife. She was gonna try to investigate. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. If I have to guess, we're gonna be seeing Gene from here on out. Like the next few episodes are, we might be, I don't know, because we didn't get resolution on a few things. Like we know Kim's alive, but we don't know if, like, where she is. There's no clue as to like, oh, what was she doing during like the Breaking Bad timeline, nothing like that. But yeah, I think there's still a couple of things that need wrapping up unless Kim is going to be a character during the Gene timeline. But based off of the ending, it does seem like we're going to switch over to, like, because we got the Lalo thing wrapped up. Gus's thing wrapped itself up pretty nicely, which we will get to, by the way. Like, what a scene. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. What else happened? So we after the great cinematography in the opening shot and stuff, we move over to Lalo, Kim, and Jimmy. And Jimmy is trying to save Kim by getting her to go do what Lalo wants her to do. She's hoping that maybe like she'll just run, or I don't think he would expect her to get the cops involved, but you never know. What else? So they plead, and then Lalo sends Kimmy to go shoot Gus, which we'll get to that in a second. But I have to rewatch this episode. This is like a fresh reaction. I just watched it because I like to look at. It sounded like Rodney Dangerfield. It might not have been, but I like to see what the significance of the like old TV and movies that they play in the background are. I didn't get it. I was too invested. I was like Jimmy, just like snap out of it. You gotta focus on what's going on, because I was like, oh shit. What else? So they leave Jimmy tied up. Lalo goes off, and then Kim, in kind of like it was the most reminiscent to like a Jesse scene for me that we've gotten in Breaking Bad, like where she has to like, she's getting her courage up, and then I thought she was gonna kill what was it, the body double. But then as it was going on, I'm like, no, there's like somebody has to come get her, because the amount of like attention that Gus puts towards his security is crazy. So that's exactly what happens. They come, they get Kim, they sit her down, they start like interrogating her or whatever. And I was a little scared for her at the moment, but everything was okay. What happened next? Let's see. So Gus hears something about Lalo getting his mind changed, and that just like, he's like, oh, that's not really how Lalo operates. So I guess that is what set him off to go to the laundry with like his little security. I don't want to say a little security detail. It was like armed men, but like they're made short work of. So he goes off to do that. Mike goes off to where Jimmy is with a team of his own. They got a fucking sniper. They got all this shit. I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna like. You're like, no, Jimmy can't die, obviously. But or we should just call him Saul at this point because that's who he is. So that happens, and yeah, it's just Saul tied up in there. You know, it's kind of uneventful, and he's like, oh shit, Lalo's not here because they were expecting him to be there, and this brings us to a pretty epic confrontation between Lalo and Gus. That was really cool. So Lalo just fucking sends like, he's got like a decoy there. I don't know what he did that makes it look like, you know, a silhouette in the shadows. So everybody's like, hey, who the fuck are you? And then from behind, like, he just takes everybody out. You know, kind of his MO, calculated, and he pulls out his, so he shoots Gus in the, in like his bulletproof chest or whatever. I think Gus takes another shot, too. No, he takes like 2 more shots in the ensuing shootout that comes later. But he gets shot once. This one doesn't go through, but like Gus is like wheezing and shit. And he pulls out, or he already has his camera out. He's filming a tape for Don Eladio, and it was a little chilling, like thinking of like what Lalo would do if he had his way, like, because this isn't how he wants to do, like, you know, not the ideal way of dealing with Gus. Like, he kind of gives you a hint of like what he would like to do, like, and you're like, Jesus, this guy's fucking terrifying. Timothy Dalton, by the way, incredible acting. Great for his last episode. God, you know, they might do like some flashback stuff, but I doubt it. I think that's the last we'll be seeing him. He's buried under the fucking under the lab, along with Howard. Holy shit. So if people want to know where Howard was during Breaking Bad, he was underneath, well, you know, past what, season 3 or season 4. He was underneath them the whole time. He was there. He is in Breaking Bad. Okay. So that all gets wrapped up. They have their confrontation where like Gus has like a Nacho moment, except he fucking turns the gun on the people instead of turning it on himself. You know, he fucking tells, like, he lets him have it. He lets the camera know what he thinks of Eladio, the current leadership, the Salamancas. He just goes in, and speaking Spanish, I feel like the subtitles were correct, but they were also like I heard it way more harshly or way more vulgarly than it was worded in the subtitles. But regardless, that was fucking awesome. Then what happened next? What did happen next? Gus killed Lalo. Yeah, that happened. He very Walter White-esque. He kicks the what is it? The power outlet, and causes a spark to make a distraction. Books it towards the gun and just fucking not mag. It's a little revolver, isn't it? So he just fucking dumps on his ass and gets him, like blind firing like I do in Apex Legends sometimes. It was awesome. And then he took a couple shots of his own, but like he didn't go down. Lalo went down, and he had like a kind of like what is it? Like he's menacing even like all the way till the end. Like he has like this weird, like he like laughs to himself right before he dies, and I'm like, holy shit, what's up with that? I can't wait to watch this episode again. I wanted to give my fresh reaction here. I'm sure there's like little things and little Easter eggs. The show is great about that I didn't pick up on because I was just so invested. Okay, so what else? Mike, who Jonathan Banks, amazing performance this episode, like always. Great delivery. I just loved how when he was done speaking with Jimmy and Kim and like, you know, calming them down, letting them know what they were gonna do. And once he was done, like he just he didn't like say, he was just like, all right, this is what I had to say, and then he just like kind of steps away and walks away without any like words of because it wouldn't be Mike if he, you know, got all soft with him there. But holy shit. Oh, what an episode. I was expecting, I don't know, I didn't expect all this to go down in one episode. And like I said, maybe we'll get a little more, like maybe some resolution before the Gene stuff or thrown in. Like maybe we'll get a couple episodes with Gene, then we'll like resolve Kim maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. And I love that about this show. Not to bring any other shows into it, but like, I just feel like right now, the good TV is coming out for the year. Like and I know that it was calculated that Better Call Saul ends, The Boys comes in. You know, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a season review for The Boys because I watched the whole thing already. But we're talking about Better Call Saul right now. It's just incredible, and I know it's the first episode, and I shouldn't count my chickens, but I have so much faith in Peter Gould, I believe, is the showrunner, and Vince Gilligan and all the cast. Like, you could tell that they all care so much about this project and they're so invested, and it is awesome to see. And yeah, I'm just so excited for next Monday. I can't wait. I'll probably do another one of these. Maybe I'll have like an intro or an outro or, you know, a little animation or something with like, normally I do gaming. You can follow me on Twitch if you want to see that. Twitch.tv/echo_lens. Subscribe to me here for more content like this and also highlights from the gaming channel. I'm gonna get more organized as it goes on. All this is pretty new, but I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day and see you next time.